Hi students, this is Viswanath Chemistry faculty for NEET and IIT exams. See the next topic, heat capacity. It's very simple definition. The amount of heat required to raise its temperature through 1 degree Celsius is called heat capacity of a substance. To increase the temperature of a substance by 1 degree Celsius, the required heat energy is called heat capacity. It is represented by capital C. So capital C equal to Q divided by delta dt. Heat capacity is the ratio of heat absorbed by a system to the resulting increase in temperature. So this one, absorbed heat energy by the system is Q, then increase in temperature is dt. So this ratio is called heat capacity. Q is heat absorbed by the system, dt rise in temperature. For gases, heat capacity is of two types. One is heat capacity at constant volume, represented by Cv. It gives the measure of the change in internal energy of a system with temperature. When we change the temperature, what is the change in internal energy? That is measured at constant volume. That heat capacity is called heat capacity at constant volume. So Cv equal to du by dt at constant volume V. Du change in internal energy, dt change in temperature. So du means Qv. Qv means heat supplied at constant volume. It is equal to change in internal energy du. So in place of du, we can write Qv divided by dt. So from this we can write du equal to N into Cv into dt. Cv heat capacity at constant volume. Next, another one, heat capacity at constant pressure, Cp. It gives the measure of the change in enthalpy of a system with temperature. With the change of temperature, how enthalpy is changed, that is called heat capacity at constant pressure. Cp equal to dH by dt at P, that equal to Qp divided by dt. Here Qp means heat supplied to the system at constant pressure, that is dH. So from this we can write dH equal to N into Cp into dt. N means number of moles, here also N means number of moles. Okay, now specific heat capacity. Specific heat capacity means the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 unit mass of substance by 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin is called specific heat capacity. A particular amount of mass is taken, 1 gram of mass is taken to raise its temperature by 1 degree Celsius. Required heat energy is called specific heat capacity. 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin rise in temperature, required heat energy is called specific heat capacity. It is represented by C. It is a small letter. Don't get confusion between heat capacity and specific heat capacity. Specific heat capacity represented by small c, whereas heat capacity capital C. So specific heat capacity small c equal to heat capacity divided by mass, that equal to capital C divided by m. So specific heat capacity C equal to Q divided by delta T into m. Here Q divided by delta T means heat capacity. So from this we can write Q equal to specific heat into mass of the substance into delta T. So here capital C heat capacity, that equal to Q by delta T. M is mass of the substance. Units, Q means heat energy. Units joules. M means gram. Delta T means Kelvin. Joule per gram per Kelvin, otherwise joules, gram inverse, degree Celsius inverse. Next, molar heat capacity. The quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of the substance by 1 degree Celsius is called molar heat capacity. It's very simple. Take 1 mole of the substance, to increase its temperature by 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin, required heat energy is called molar heat capacity, represented by Cm. C suffix m. Molar heat capacity Cm equal to C divided by N. N equal to number of moles of a substance. Capital C equal to heat capacity. Remember this important thing. When heat capacity C is large, a given amount of heat results in only a small temperature rise. So C value, heat capacity C value is large means the supplied heat energy results in small rise in temperature. Very small amount of increase takes place in the temperature when heat capacity C is large, because these two are inversely related. See this, heat capacity C, this is large means the supplied heat energy, this one, results in less increase in the temperature. Okay, next, see the next one. Relation between specific heat capacity, molar heat capacity and heat capacity. Three terms. How these three are related to one another. Specific heat capacity, this one molar heat capacity and heat capacity. Molar heat capacity Cm equal to C divided by N. C means heat capacity. Formula Q by delta T. Molar heat capacity Cm equal to, substitute this in this, then we can get this one. Now Q divided by N means, what is that N? Number of moles. Formula given mass divided by molar mass into delta T. From this we can write molar heat capacity Cm equal to Q divided by M. Given mass means M into delta T. It comes to the numerator into molar mass. That equal to molar heat capacity Cm equal to, what is this? Small c. That means specific heat capacity into molar mass. So here this one. So relation between molar heat capacity and heat capacity is Cm equal to C divided by N. Relation between molar heat capacity and specific heat, Cm equal to specific heat into molar mass. Okay. Now see the related numericals. What is the heat in joules required to raise the temperature of 25 grams of water from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius? What is the heat required in calories? 25 grams of water is given, its temperature changed to 100 degrees Celsius from 0 degrees Celsius. For this change, how much heat is required in joules and calories? So given information, specific heat of water is given 4.18 joules per gram degree Celsius. So formula, what is that? Specific heat capacity small c equal to Q divided by M delta T. From this we can write Q equal to small c into M into delta T. Substitute the values. Small c, specific heat capacity 4.18 into 25 grams into temperature. Final one, T2 100, T1 0. So then we can get this one. Heat required for this change is 10,450 joules. Here in terms of calories also we need. For that 1 calorie equal to 4.18 joules. So these many joules, how many calories? This one, 25,000 calories. So heat required equal to 10,450 joules or 2,500 calories. Okay, next one. The molar heat capacity of water at constant pressure is 75 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse. The increase in temperature in Kelvin of 100 grams of water when 1 kg heat is supplied to it is. Okay, molar heat capacity is given. Now 100 grams of water takes energy, heat energy 1 kilojoule. Then what is the increase in temperature? Delta T we should calculate. So given molar heat capacity. Molar heat capacity of water is this much, means 18 grams of water heat capacity is this one. Now for 1 gram of water, how much? This one, 75 divided by 18 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse. This is nothing but specific heat capacity because it is related to 1 gram of water. So heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius is this one, 75 divided by 18 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse. Now we want to calculate delta T. For that formula, Q equal to specific heat into mass into delta T. From this, delta T equal to Q divided by specific heat into M. Here Q means 1 kilojoule. Convert that into joules. So 1000 joules divided by specific heat means 75 divided by 18 into mass of the water 100 grams. Substitute values, then delta T we can get, that is 2.4 Kelvin. We'll meet you in the next class.